is, what are our living conditions like? You can see this is a typical Brazilian street, and this is our home. It is protected by a gate. All homes here are protected by gates or walls. And you can hear in the background that we live on a very busy street. That's very normal in Brazil as well. Brazilian homes are actually quite comfortable, but we don't have all of the modern conveniences you might think, like air conditioning. We also do not have hot running water throughout the whole house. If you want hot water, you have to install an electric heating equipment at each faucet. I am blessed to have hot water at my kitchen sink and in my bathroom showers. The majority of the population of Brazilians do not have drivers, including us, and so we hang all of our clothes on the line.
I love every second of being a missionary kid. You get to travel around the States when you're getting support and stuff, and you get to see all of America, and even you get to travel abroad in the world to, your mission field, and you get to see things that some people will never see in a lifetime. And I'm really blessed to be able to have that kind of stuff in my life. One downfall about being a missionary kid is the fact that you don't fit in. Going to the States, I'm a Brazilian, and here in Brazil I'm an American, so I float in between countries, but it's a downfall worth having for all the benefits that it gives spiritually and just physically as well, all the wonderful things that I get to see. Another question was, what things do you miss most about America? And definitely, hands down, I miss snow. Here in Brazil, it's very warm, hot summers, and winter doesn't get as cold as it does in the States, and I miss snow a lot, but it's worth it to live in a country where you get some beautiful nature as well, so yeah.
The thing I miss the most about the States are my children who are at Bible college, my mother, and I miss peanut butter, which I'm sure you've probably heard many missionaries say because you can't buy it here. So those are some of the things I miss the most about America.
I grew up in Brazil, so there's not a whole lot of things that I miss about the States, but the thing I do miss most about the States is business dealings, whether it be with the vehicle, whether it be with the banking, whether it be with documentations or anything like that. The States is so much easier, so much simpler to get things accomplished and to get things done. Here in Brazil, unfortunately, there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of bureaucracy that goes into any kind of thing, whether it be starting a church and all the documentations for that, the car documentation, just everything here in Brazil in the business arena and the political arena is very, very complicated, very, very drawn out.
We teach 2 children that come to our home. Having a Christian school hasn't necessarily been something we've been able to do here, but we did find that we could help homeschoolers. So there's a lady in our church who sends her children to me, and I teach them 3 days a week and then send work home for them to do 2 days a week. And I have to do all of that in Portuguese. So that's pretty much half of my day.
A lot of the ministry things here in Brazil are the same as they would be in the States. Of course, your sermon preparation, your counseling, your prayer time, and all that kind of stuff would be equivalent as an American pastor. Our soul winning would be similar to the States, although it'd be a little bit longer. You're talking to people here, take a little bit longer. They don't have the basis as most Americans would have for just religion and the Bible itself. But especially when we go visiting, the visitors who've come to visit our church, we'll normally spend several hours there at the house visiting with them. So that's something that's completely different than the States. We don't have fast visits here in Brazil. When you go, they normally offer you a coffee. If they know ahead of time that you're coming, they'll definitely have a cake and some snacks and things like that for you to have with them. So our follow-up visits are very longer than they would be in the States. So that's a different aspect here in Brazil than you would have in the States.
Another part of my day consists of cooking. Here in Brazil, we are just now getting to the point where you could get a ready-made meal. For the last 12 years serving here in Brazil, everything has had to be made from scratch. So for example, if I would like some chicken noodle soup, I need to boil the chicken down and make the stock and get the chicken cooked, and then I could buy some ready-made noodles, or I'd have to make the noodles myself. So obviously that takes a lot more time than opening a can. So food preparation takes a lot longer, but it is a lot fresher and a lot more healthy and full of nutrition. The flavor here is quite delicious, and the predominant seasonings of our food is garlic and onion. Prayer request that I would have is to pray for our sons Jeff and David who are at Bible College, and also to continue to pray for my health. I have struggled over the years with some health issues, and I ask that you would continue to pray that the Lord would give me strength.
We're in the process of developing an online Bible Institute, Bible Seminary here in Brazil. We're in the process of recording several American missionaries here in Brazil, as well as Brazilian pastors, to teach the courses, the classes throughout the Institute. So that's something that we're excited about, something that we're in the process of traveling a little bit to record, as well as getting all the teachers and preachers lined up with their schedule and our schedule to coincide and be able to record those. So that's an interesting project that we have going on right now here in Brazil. We have a group that has offered to pay for 35 programs to be aired on the TV stations here in Brazil. So we do ask that you be willing to pray for us, that we can find a station that would be willing to air those programs. And then also, once those programs are aired, that people would come to saving knowledge of Jesus Christ, and that those programs would be used by God so that our church can have a larger influence here in the city of São Caetano and the region here of São Paulo.